Who's that knocking at my door? Who's that knocking at my door?
Hi, Mama.
Eunice. Ed, what are you two doing here?
Well, Mama, Ed and I was in the neighborhood because we're on our way to the movies, and we thought we'd just drop by and see if you was okay.
That's right, but we can't stay long because I don't want to miss the beginning of that movie.
Oh, Ed, will you calm down? If we miss the beginning, we'll just stay and catch up on it afterwards.
Oh, I hate that.
Goodness, Mama, just look at you. Look at this place, how pretty it looks. Is that a new dress?
Sure is. I went on a wild spree, bought myself 3 new dresses.
How come?
Eunice, your mama has got herself an authentic gentleman collar.
What? A gentleman collar? You have got to be putting me on.
Oh, yeah? Well, you just hang around for a few minutes. You can meet him in the flesh. He's taken me out to dinner 6 times in the last 2 weeks.
What do you know? Mama's having a fling. Hot diggity.
Isn't that wonderful? Mama, I have always told you that you should get out of this house and socialize more. I mean, Daddy would have wanted it that way. He's been dead 9 whole years. It's just wrong for a woman like you to keep herself cooped up in a place like this. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Mama, this man is all right, isn't he? I mean, there's nothing funny about him, is there? Well, you know how you always reading in the papers about these fellas that woo these old women and then conk them on the head for their money?
You have got to be kidding. Willie's got more money than Carter's has got pills.
Willie, huh?
He spent more money on me in the last week than Ed makes in a month.
Why is it I can't walk into this house for 1 minute without getting it in the neck?
Anyway, Willie's an old friend from the high school days. He moved to California.
Yeah.
After he married Imogene Fricker, Miss Goody Two-Shoes. And then Imogene passed away, God rest her soul, I guess. And I hadn't seen Willie again until 2 weeks ago at church. You know, he's out here visiting his sister. And I went to church on Sunday morning, as usual, not expecting to see anybody in particular. Except old Miss Potts. You know, she's always standing on the front steps there complaining about her arthritis or her daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's always one thing or another with that crazy lady, so I do try to avoid her usually. Well, anyway, I was dressed in my old blue jersey, you know, the one with the button, and my hair was a mess.
And then
So
you
can
saw
ima-
Willie.
How am I supposed to tell the story if I'm going to be interrupted every time I open my mouth? Whoops, got to get my hors d'oeuvres out of the oven.
Isn't that something? Mama has got herself a beau.
Best news I've heard in years. Well, maybe somebody will finally take her off our hands.
Amen. Look, look. Mama!
Who's that knocking at my door? Who's that knocking at my door? Who's that knocking at my door? Why, it's Vertical Bill the Sailor.
Oh, how are you, Donald? Here, that's for you.
Oh, I declare, Willie, you are spoiling me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You know, it makes me feel like a kid again.
Oh. Oh, Willie, I'd like you to meet my daughter Eunice and her husband Ed.
Well, it's sure a
Willie
pleasure
Foster.
to meet Thelma's little girl.
Well,
How to
come
do?
aboard. Nice to meet
Sure
you.
nice to meet you, too. Thank you.
Well, I'm running out of vases. Any more flowers, I might start putting them in milk bottles or something. How do you like my new dress?
Oh, my, excuse me, ma'am. Hey, you're just about the cutest thing that ever did come down the pike. How did I ever let you get away from me, huh? Oh, you cute thing.
Stop that in front of the children.
You know, if I were just a little younger, you know what?
Well, I do declare I don't think I've ever seen Mama quite so giddy before.
We've had some really good times this week, I tell you. She's still got as much spunk in her as she had when she was in high school. It's amazing. She hasn't changed one little bit.
Oh, well, you haven't changed one iota either, Willie.
Oh.
Well, I would have thought running all over the country, building stores and making all that money would have turned you into some kind of a snot, but you are the same wonderful person.
Well, let's go to the movies, Eunice.
Sit down. The world ain't gonna stop turning if we miss a few minutes, that dumb Western.
Are you kidding? You missed the start of a Clint Eastwood picture, and you never can pick up the thread again.
enjoy ourselves for 5 minutes?
5 minutes, but you promised
You
me.
lay off about that stupid Western!
Well, now, Mr. Foster, what brings you to our part of town?
Well, I just came down to visit my sister for a couple of weeks, but, you know, with the way things are now, I might stay a little longer.
Well, bet there's been a lot of changes in the old town since you was here, huh, Willie?
Oh, yeah. You know, you take that industrial section on the west side. Well, that
Out in
used to
our
be
neighborhood, we got us a new shopping mall. Yeah? You think you was living in Los Angeles or Chicago? Macy's, pound the can. I got a hardware store there, you know.
Ed, don't think you can impress Willie. He's got a whole flock of department stores. Every one of them's got their own hardware section that's 3 times the size of your puny little store.
Is that another needle?
I am only stating facts, Ed. Why are you always so touchy on the subject of your failure in life? Anyway, I always knew you were going to be rich and successful, Willie. You were smarter than anybody in high school.
Well, maybe I was smarter, but you always had cuter legs. You still do.
Oh, yeah, stop that. I do believe you're more forward than you were in high school.
Oh, I am. I just haven't got as much time left as I had then.
Well, I hate to cut short all this reminiscing, but, just exactly when are you planning on leaving town, Mr. Foster?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, not till Sunday for sure, because Willie promised to take me to Funland on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, that's right,
Saturday? Not this Saturday, Mama. You promised me that you would babysit with my boys so I could go to Nancy Lee's shower. And then afterwards, all of us girls was going to go over to the Bonton, and we wouldn't get home till maybe 9 or 10.
Well, for Pete's sake, Eunice, I'm not the only babysitter in town.
You're the only free one. Since my business is so puny, I don't think I should be expected to shell out $1 an hour for babysitters. So your Nancy Lee shower is off, thank you, ma'am.
I sure wish I didn't have to go to New York next week.
Well, you sure are the busy bee, ain't you, Willie?
Hey, I got a great idea. Have you ever been to New York?
Are you kidding? I've never been further away than Watsonville.
Why don't you come along with me? Think of the good times we'd have. No, I mean it. Why
Mama?
don't you?
Mama, in New York? Lord of mercy, that'd sure be a sight, wouldn't it? Why, she wouldn't know what to do with herself in New York. She gets so homesick, she'd turn right around and come home the minute she got there.
Homesick for what? You know, Willie, I'm really tempted to take you up on that invitation.
Oh, we could have a ball.
Oh, I bet we could. I'll drink to that. I'm gonna have me a beer. Anybody else?
Not for me.
Not for us. We gotta get going.
Have you lost all sense of decency, Mama?
I should think you'd be happy to see me having a little fun.
It is one thing to have a little companionship during your declining years, but it is quite another, Mama, to have some old geezer paw you in front of your own flesh and blood. And my daddy dead only 9 years.
Eunice, you are really the bunk.
Do you really intend to go to New York with that dirty old man?
Will you kindly keep your voice down? I will not have you talking like that about a man who could have been your father.
How could you say such a thing? My daddy was the only man in your life.
Eunice, I didn't even know your father when I met Willie, and for Pete's sake, I wasn't a nun.
Mama, don't you say such things to me.
Eunice, for crying out loud, wake up and smell the coffee.
Oh, this is a black day! I wish I had never seen this day!
Will you please pull that stuff on your own time and quit getting that greasy hairspray all over mine?
You can't go to New York with him. I don't believe it.
Well, you can't follow that, Eunice. And if you plan on going crackers about it, kindly do it
since my daddy's funeral. Did you know my dear dead daddy, Mr. Foster?
I think we better get going.
Sit down.
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, all of this is just wonderful, isn't it? Here, Ed and I, we've been hoping to scrape up enough money so we could even go to Dallas someday. And looky here, Mama ups and goes to New York first. Which is rather surprising since Mama has always hated traveling. But the minute some smooth, slick talker comes along, boy, howdy, it is off to the races, ain't it? Never mind your family responsibilities. Never mind your poor little old grandsons lying at home alone in their beds wondering where Gam Gam is. And why she isn't there to tell him a story. Never you mind how me and Ed feel about it.
I feel fine.
Oh, shut up. Eunice, what the hell do you care if I go to New York or to the moon?
I care.
Oh, all you ever wanted before was free babysitting services.
That is not true.
I wish you would kindly just get out of this house before you mess up my free trip to New York like you mess up everything else.
Mess up? Now, what about the way you messed up my life?
And how have I done that?
You have neglected and deserted me all my life. All my life. And now you're doing it again, traipsing off to New York with this old coot. Why, you're going to leave your youngest daughter here in this one-horse town with Freddie the failure.
Well, don't blame me for that. I warned you not to marry him.
Failure, failure, failure. Why don't you just tattoo it on my forehead? F-A-Y-L-U-R. I've only had one flop in my life, miss, and that's been my marriage to you. I should have walked out on you a long time ago.
And I should have kicked you out a long time ago.
Well, I should have never brought you home from the hospital.
Well, all right. So be it. I'll wash my hands of the whole thing. You just go right ahead. And you go on and betray the memory of my daddy with him. It's okay. Just go on. But I want you to take a good look at this face, Mama. Because it's the last time you're ever going to see it.
You ever come back to town, sure come out to the shopping mall and see me.
Get moving. I don't want to miss that movie.
She's a kind of a high-strung girl, isn't she?
You can say that again. Can't imagine who the hell she takes after. Are we going to dinner or ain't we?
I tell you, Thelma, I'm gonna buy you the biggest, best dinner you ever had in your life. Expense is no object. Here, I think that ought to take care of it. And if I ever get into town again, I'll call you. Maybe.